let's continue our live Storm Center 7 team coverage with News Center 7 weather specialist Nick Dunn. He's live in Greene County for us this morning. Nick, walk us through what you're seeing where you are.
Yeah, Letitia, I will tell you, we have been taking our time getting into Jamestown this morning. When we joined you just a little bit ago, we were on US 35 exiting Xenia, and as I give you a live look here into Jamestown this morning, I will tell you between Xenia and Jamestown, where 35 becomes a little bit more of a rural territory, where you don't have a bunch of buildings and it's very wide open, that snow is blowing around very easily, creating some serious reductions in visibility at times. It's not necessarily a total whiteout, but it's some of those stronger gusts. We are really seeing that visibility drop. Now here in Jamestown, obviously you can see roads are snow covered. The plows have been doing their best to try to keep roads as clear as possible. But what's also happening is as they're doing that, as more and more people are traveling, that snow is being compacted down on the road.
And we are going to start now with Storm Center 7 weather specialist Nick Dunn. Hey, Nick.
Hey, Nick. Good morning to all of you. A lot quieter now compared to where we were about 12 hours ago. We have a good deal of cloud cover still out there across the Miami Valley, although behind me here in Beaver Creek, seeing a couple of peaks of sunshine trying to poke through. Middle and upper 60s out there right now, and there's not a ton of rain. A few light showers up towards Salina right now this morning. Also want to give you a look at our chance to see rain over the next few days. You notice today about a 40% chance for a few showers and thunderstorms. Not everybody sees the rain. Then we dry things out for a few days, and we're going to start to crank the heat up as well. More about that here in about the next 10 to 15 minutes. We have weather and traffic every 10 minutes this morning. Let's give you a live look at our ODOT camera. This is along I-70 at Brookville-Phillipsburg Road. There was a minor issue here very early this morning that has since cleared. And if you're going to be traveling from State Route 49 to I-75, we're moving along just fine. That 9-mile trip is taking you about 8 minutes, Nick. And you're getting these in this morning. We did have one severe thunderstorm that we broke in for briefly, but for now, we've dried things out and we are warming quickly. I'll say at 9 o'clock this morning, our temperature in Dayton was in the middle 40s, and we've now risen over 20 degrees just in the span of 3 hours. You can also notice a big temperature difference here, too. Check out Wapakoneta at 46, Oxford already at 71. The reason for that, a warm front is lifting north through the Miami Valley. That's notated here by that red line with those half circles moving northward. And so now we are in the warm sector. We're warming things up. There's a few breaks in the clouds right now as well, allowing for some sunshine to poke through. And now we're going to be tracking this off to the west. It's a broken line of thunderstorms for now. We expect that to intensify as it works toward us later on this evening. As we look at the severe weather outlook, we're all in the enhanced risk. We'll be updating that and looking over some new data. We'll be back in about 15 minutes to look at your full forecast, and I'll time out tonight's storms for you hour by hour.
A tornado warning. And Nick, you're drawing some inflow on here where we could potentially see another tornado start to develop as this continues to slide off to the east.
Yeah, so what I just drew there is called a mesolow, where we start to see winds wrapping around the entire storm as a whole. And when we start to see that, we can see some embedded tornadoes. And folks, based on the signatures we've seen tonight, there is a threat for strong tornadoes. And that can mean that you can have a strong tornado even embedded in a line like this. So whether it's a severe thunderstorm warning or not, these storms are really serious tonight. They're producing damage, power outages, and that's not even the beginning of the issues that we're going to see tonight with these storms as they continue to race quickly off to these. These are moving at freeway speeds. So think about it. You're on I-70 driving 60 to 70 miles an hour, and that's how fast these storms are moving. So the good news is they're not going to last long in any one location. But Austin, when they're moving that quick, it's very easy to get those winds aloft, transported down to the ground.
Yeah, and I feel like we've seen the forward motion, the eastward motion of these storms really start to pick up in the last hour and a half or so earlier.
That I'm keeping an eye on. The Weather Service continues to say that these are brief circulations, but again, we go back to Sunday. It did not take long for these very brief circulations to drop tornadoes. And again, these tornado warnings are short in duration. You may be hearing the sirens in other parts of the county where we don't currently have the warnings. And I also want to pop up, too, maybe we put Max 2 even just behind me real quick. We have some brand new folks that are in tornado warnings right now just to review those tornado warning safety guidelines. Again, basement, small interior room. If you don't have a basement, as we go to that small interior room, a bathroom, a hallway, or a closet, don't go to the garage or the kitchen or, you know, a bedroom or anything like that, because those have windows. You want to get to the most interior part of your room, a helmet or something to protect yourself from flying debris, and of course you do not want to be outside in this, James.
Yeah, I just got a text from somebody saying they're right there at the circle, Austin, and Nick, where you showed right there just out.
As we have a severe thunderstorm warning, let's take you out to live Doppler 7 radar. You notice that orange flashing polygon on your screen. This is a severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect for southern Mercer County and northern Darke County until 8:45 p.m. this evening. And also just now coming in another severe thunderstorm warning for the northeastern corner of Randolph County until 9 o'clock this evening. Now, the main concern here right now is for damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour, but I'm going to turn things over to the velocity mode of the radar. And I want to point out one thing, too. I'm going to step over to the wall to point this out to you. What I'm doing here is I'm showing you the winds that are going away and toward the radar. And you notice where these greens and reds are very close together. Right now, the National Weather Service does not have enough confidence in a tornado potentially being produced from this thunderstorm. But you notice that we do see some indications of reds. Those are winds that are going away from the radar. And the greens, those are the winds that are going toward the radar site. And the fact that these are pretty close together, we are seeing some signs of rotation. So what the Weather Service has done for this severe thunderstorm warning is that they've tagged it tornado possible, meaning that a tornado could occur, but right now the confidence is not high enough to issue a tornado warning. So
you're looking live outside. It is beautiful Friday here in the Miami Valley. Great weather for high school football. Storm Center 7 weather specialist Nick Dunn is live in Springboro. They host Springfield tonight. And Nick, we are 6 for 6 with high school football weather this year.
Yeah, Gabby, you know, that's a really good completion percentage, and we just seem to continue to always land high school football on days like today. It is a little cooler than last week, so let's take a look at live Doppler 7 radar out there for you this evening. Of course, clear sky, no threat for rain out there whatsoever. We're in the middle to upper 70s right now. That's about 10 degrees cooler than this time last week, but if you are on the field, of course, you do notice there's a little bit on the warmer side out there. In terms of the next several hours for you, this is what we have in store. We'll call it a partly cloudy sky for now, then we turn mostly clear after kickoff going into the late evening hours. Temperatures falling out of the 70s this evening down to the 60s by the time the game wraps up. Now, we've been working on some things off camera here, so I'm going to go set my clicker down for a second, but you may have noticed the tackle dummy in the background here. So I'll be honest, I tried this once and I thought it was okay. We know that kicking is not my strong suit, right? We've proven that a couple weeks ago. So we're actually going to make an attempt to do the tackle dummy and see what happens. So I'm going to try to hit it head on and knock it straight over. So here we go in 3, 2, 1. You know what? That's pretty good if you ask me, right?
You
got to get pumped up out there.
Yeah, you know, Nick, I just never know what you're going to do on Fridays. I would tune in just to see it. I did. You did better than I probably would. And you got up a lot quicker than I know I would have. All right, Nick.
That's understandable, but when you join us back in about 15 minutes, we'll kind of take a look at the rest of that forecast, not just for tonight, but got some good football weather into the weekend as well.
All right, I can't wait to see what you do next. Thanks, Nick. Well, News Center.
You just pick it up, and it just comes right into your hand. And it also, in most cases, just kind of whittles away to nothing, and maybe even a little bit of a random tumbleweed there as well. Now, something else, I want to put this drought into perspective in terms of what it would take to bring us back to normal. So we've been talking about a rainfall deficit for a long time now. And so you take a look here, our deficit just since August 1st is 3.32 inches below normal. That's a very high amount for it really anywhere across the state of Ohio. Now, our viewing area is about 7,200 square miles big. That covers all of our counties. And when you take a look at how much rain, just 1 inch of rain over 1 square mile, that number, 17 million plus gallons of water. That's a lot of water. Now, we take that 17,400,000 gallons, multiply that by the size of our viewing area, and not just the fact that we're 1 inch below normal, but more than 3 inches below, and you come to the conclusion we would need 417 billion, with a B, billion gallons of water, and that would equate to the total of about 631,000 Olympic-sized swimming pools. So that's a lot of water. We don't have that much water in the forecast in the days ahead, but Chief Meteorologist Austin Cheney will break down our rain chances, and hopefully we see some improvement in that drought in the coming weeks. He'll break some of that down here in just about 15 minutes. James?
All right, Nick, yes, we could use some help from the sky above. Thank you much. And is Nick?
An area of low pressure moving toward us now. There is some more rain filling back in across eastern Illinois. That arrives after midnight tonight, going into early on Sunday morning. But once this departs, I'm tracking a second area of low pressure. Right now, it's going to be dropping down out of Canada and into the Great Lakes. And once our temperatures fall tomorrow, that's really going to pair up nicely to give us that coverage of snow showers by Sunday night. So here's a look at futurecast for you. Through early tomorrow morning, you notice if you're waking up around sunrise, we have scattered showers around, maybe even a couple rumbles of thunder not out of the question there. As we get towards noon, the bulk of that pulls away. We may have a few scattered rain or snow showers left over for the afternoon. But then by this time tomorrow night, check this out. Snow showers coming down from the north, and that will be carrying over into our Monday as well. So coming up in the full Storm Center 7 forecast, I want to time that snow out for you hour by hour, let you know how much your neighborhood is going to see, and we'll talk about a warm-up that follows behind our first snowflakes of the season. Taylor?
Thanks, Nick. We'll see you in a bit.
Outside here on this Thursday afternoon, a beautiful day with the sun out, and temperatures, they just keep getting warmer and warmer. What a nice way to end this Thursday afternoon. Storm Center 7 meteorologist Nick Dunn joins us. Nick, you are tracking temperatures pretty close to 70 this weekend.
Yeah, some of us could easily make a run of that, James. That's going to feel a lot different than where we were on Monday, but you may not realize that temperatures that warm after Veterans Day are pretty uncommon for us across the Miami Valley. So I dug into some data today, and our forecast high for Saturday is 67 degrees. Well, if we look at highs that are 65 degrees or warmer over the last 5 years, it doesn't happen very often. Check this out. 2024 last year only happened one time. And in terms of the last 5 years, we have to go back to 2021 to find the last time that we had multiple days, up to 3, with highs at or above 65 degrees. So if you get a chance to get out there and enjoy it Saturday, maybe get an early start on those outdoor Christmas decorations. A good idea to do that while it's warm out there. Now, I want to show you this. This is the 6 to 10 days temperature outlook from the Climate Prediction Center. And you notice how a lot of us in the eastern half of the country are highlighted in red. That would mean that odds for above normal temperatures are pretty likely. But our forecast over the next week or so, we're going to see some changes with temperatures falling well below normal. So make sure you check in with Chief Meteorologist Austin Cheney in about 15 minutes to walk you through what to expect here.